Greetings, peace be with you. So in this video, I want to let you know that it is a trap. Okay, what am I speaking of? So there are two enemies of your own success, your fulfillment, your happiness, your joy, your peace, your higher level of emotions. There are two enemies of that, and the entirety of society is structured for us to go down these two paths, which actually destroy our future. Okay, the first path is the one of least resistance, right? There is a tendency to go down the path that is easy and comfortable rather than what is hard and uncomfortable. But the reality is that, as you already know, as we already know, as I repeat to myself all the time, growth can only exist outside of the comfort zone. But the path of least resistance is what is easy right here in the moment. And let's be honest, our mind was not designed for growth, for happiness, for fulfillment, for peace. It was designed to keep us alive. It was designed to keep us safe. And for this reason, we are in a society that just makes it way too easy to slack off, to not put in the effort, to order the pizza, to bust a nut, to insert X habit that is destructive, right? So that's the way that it's structured. And the second thing is the expediency factor, right? Which is basically our tendency, our cognitive bias to want the results without putting in the work, to experience something that is convenient, that is something that we can get instantly without thinking about the consequences in the future. Because again, our mind was not designed to think about the future. It was designed to keep us safe right here, right now. And that is why we have the negativity bias. That is why the media is always putting out negative stuff, because on one end, there is an agenda, but on the other end, our attention has been primed to look out for the negative, right? Because as I mentioned in the previous video, if you missed out on something dangerous, if you were living 100,000 years ago, then you would die. But if you missed out on something that was not dangerous, then you would still be alive, right? So if you missed out on good news, you'd still be alive. If you missed out on bad news, then you'd be dead. Therefore, it became very important for you to stay aware of the bad news. And this is a cognitive bias that is being leveraged to hack human attention, to focus on the negative, to focus on the scarcity, to focus on the fear. When you look at it objectively, we assess that the average person with a smartphone today has more potential power, has more potential ability than the kings and queens of the past, right? It's like the smartphone that I'm making this video on right now is more powerful than a spaceship that went up to the moon. But that's just what I read. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but that's something I read. But at the end of the day, we all have this opportunity in front of us. And the two enemies that actually hold us back from creating a life that we love, from expressing who we are capable of being, is the path of least resistance, is the expediency factor, the desire to get something for nothing. But as Napoleon Hill once said, the greatest of all forms of wealth is practical wisdom, through which men realize once and for all time that there is no such reality as something for nothing, that everything has a price, and the whole universe is structured in such a way that this price must be paid, right? So we all have to pay the price. And at the end of the day, the question really comes down to whether you will pay the price of discipline, where you do the right thing over the easy thing, where you choose growth over comfort, where you choose education over entertainment, whether you're going to pay the price of discipline or whether you are going to pay the price of regret. That is the choice that we are all faced with at the end of the day. And the choice is in your hands. The power is in your hands. And it just becomes something that you must change your behavior through, okay? Because you have the thoughts in your head already. You know what you need to be doing already. You have the information, but the implementation is where the rubber really meets the road, right? By aligning our thoughts with our deeds is when we become the conscious creators of our reality, okay? And if you are someone who already has all the information but is holding himself back somehow, some way with the implementation, then I want to invite you into the monk mode challenge, okay? 30 days of daily implementation steps so that you are not overwhelmed, so that you can focus on the action at the end of every single day, rather than getting caught up in information overload and getting paralyzed with procrastination. Okay, so the website is monkmodechallenge.com. I will leave a link out in the description as well. We are starting next month. We are coming to a new year, and this is really an opportunity every single day. It's not only about the year, but there is a certain energy and momentum created about the year. It's like, yeah, it's going to be a new calendar year. It's going to be a new opportunity. And yes, we can leverage that, but it's also about realizing that every single day is a new opportunity for you to turn it all around, right? In one single decision lies the potential to create something totally new, right? Whether that's yourself, whether that is your relationship, whether that is your health. It just starts with that one decision, whether that's one decision to quit smoking, whether that's one decision to stop having alcohol, whether that's one decision where you cut off the other possibilities and you follow through with that investment in yourself and leveling up and growing as a result of that, creating the momentum forward as well. Okay, so the website is monkmodechallenge.com so that we can come together, implement this roadmap as a community with that coaching that I'm going to give you every single week as well, so that we can constantly accelerate and elevate our lives ahead. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator, and I'll catch you in the next one. Much love to you. Take care.